Okay, here really quickly we will add to the bullet that I made previously some motion and try to collide it against something. First of all, this thing has a collider and I don't want it to collide. You know what? No, it's fine. Add component. We want a new script. We'll call it projectile movement, which is slightly misleading because it will also detect collision. Create an add. Alrighty. Here's our script. Okay. So first we need to decide how fast it's going. Private good manners. Float speed, very descriptive, equals, let's say 1. And because it's a float, let's write F. For starters, no, we don't need anything on start. We need an update. Whenever you want to move an object, you have to use transform. This transform, don't mistake it with the capital letter transform, relates to the object that this script is attached to. So right now, if I say transform, this is what it means, right? So I'll be shifting position in Z-axis. Transform position equals new vector 3. Ew. Okay, I should have grabbed it to some local value so it's more elegant. X vector 3 consists of 3 coordinates, and Z, but we will add speed times time delta time. This is depending on the computer, on the machine you're running, the frame rate will be different and you want it to be consistent experience. So always when something happens, when some update happens, multiply it by how much time has elapsed from last time we did this. Okay, now the bullet should be moving. Now let's test it. There's the script, there's our 1. Let's go to game and play. And shoot. There it is. Look at it go. Yeah. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, now detecting collisions. In the interest of time, instead of actually doing it with you here, I will show you what I've done. So, first of all, our projectile, I removed the collider from the actual mesh, and I placed it on the project, on the parent, on the empty. It was empty right now. It contains collider, right? It contains. And one more important thing is the rigid body. Without it, the collision will not be detected. Remember that. Now, our rigid bodies don't use gravity. If I clicked gravity, it would start falling towards whichever way gravity is. And I don't want to learn. Projectile movement script. I had a reference to a collider here. We don't need it. Collider reference is caught automatically by the other fella. by this enemy collision detector. This is attached to a cube placed here, just a regular ordinary garden variety cube with a collider and with a script. This one doesn't need to have a rigid body. And I'm capturing it using onTriggerEnter. That's an built-in function of Unity method. Alright, I could be capturing the name of whatever hits me, but in this case, as I expect to have many different projectiles, I'm just comparing the tag. And if the tag matches string bullet, the object, this object that owns the script, is destroyed. Alright, what do I mean by tag? Open prefab. The thing with the collider and the rigid body has a tag here. Right? I created this tag by add tag. There you go. I chose bullet instead of projectile to show the difference between tags and names of the object. Okay, so this is it, and this is how it works. I should get a list of whatever hit the collider anyway here, whether it gets destroyed or not. How could you miss? There you go, projectile, clone. Just hit this cube and destroyed it. Now, one thing to remember, these really need expiry date, otherwise they'll live forever.